Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Millennia. So in today's episode we're going to be continuing the conquest of the Aztecs, as well as invading into Egypt with that one army, though are a bit limited on our actions on that other continent, as we talked about in the last episode, simply because we don't have very many armies over there just yet. So they actually were able to effectively attack our unit here. They almost died doing so, but I'm a little surprised that they're able to push them back. Okay, that's interesting. We should be able to destroy them though. That's that explorer. It's been causing us some issues. Not sure how they got over there in the first place. They did attack us there as well, so that's a shame. I was hoping that defending on the hill would be good enough, but apparently not. Alright, so we'll deal with all that here in a minute. Let's go and get these armies moving against the Aztecs. And so we're going to need 2 armies for this location, but this one could easily be taken. We do have an additional army here, which I think this guy should be. Yeah, he's gone. So you don't need to chase him down. You could also let them heal and instead just have this army go after that city. I suppose that's what we'll do, since you can't take these on their lonesome anyways. So the reason why we can move so far is because of the road, so we got to stay on the road. Well, there's actually an army here that we're going to have to deal with. Okay, so we'll do the control attack. So that way we stay there and don't get close to the city. This is actually one of their leader 2s. Wow. This is a very old unit here. Alright, so we're able to almost wipe them out. That one unit still has a little bit of health left. So with these 2 armies, let's have them go against this city. Again, having them both attack together should be enough to get the win here. So we'll go ahead and have them move up along the road. We'll make sure that if we go here, we'll be able to still attack the city we can. Alright, so we want to attack with this army first. Weaken the city, because they won't be able to win on their own. And then we'll have the other army attack. There won't be much left here. In fact, they were able to win on their own. Okay, that's surprising. I figured we would need both armies, and ended up not being the case. We could go and chase down that cab unit. So let's go ahead and do that. I assume they're going to go into our territory. I don't know what one lone cab unit would be able to do besides raiding our stuff and being a general nuisance. So these guys are just going to defend the city here. And then we're going to need to weaken this army before we can attack. It says it'd be a draw, but I don't think it would go well. With this size army here, it's only half our strength, but then you got the town guard as well. You know, the city militia. They don't have any walls there, but remember we have our planes that we can make use of. So let's go ahead and use them to attack this city here. This will be our first bombing in the game. You can see exactly how it works. And so because they don't have any fighters to defend the city, our fighter won't actually do anything, the VTOL. This will just be the one bombing. Because the fighter aircraft can't attack units, unfortunately. Only the bombers can. So yeah, we did that one bombing. It did a lot of damage to the one musket. It only attacks one unit in the army. Okay, they actually have the city militia 8 here. So yeah, you did a little bit of damage. So I wanted to do the drone strike on this army, but unfortunately you can't do that when they're in the city. So that's a real shame. I guess because they're hiding in the buildings. There's an army over here which does have a leader, so I guess you could do the drone strike there, but I feel like you got to take advantage of it and attack the army. Otherwise they're just going to heal right back up. Yeah, they don't have the leader anymore, but yeah, I feel like it's not worth spending the warfare points on. So I don't know if we're going to do the attack yet, guys. Maybe bomb it a little bit more. I don't know if it'll be effective, though, because they're going to be healing up every turn as well. But yeah, I feel like coming over here and attacking the city, and then letting them bombard us for a turn, which does a lot of damage to your units. So those are just, you know, the stone towers. I don't have any of the more modern towers. But yeah, I feel like that could result in them being able to be very effective against our troops here in the long run. So yeah, I don't know that we're going to attack them. We're going to be a little bit cautious here while we only have one army, particularly considering the fact there's another army right here, which could go after Salvador. Though I don't think they'd be able to take it. I don't think they're strong enough. Yeah, I'm gonna play cautiously against Egypt until we get more troops there. All right, so these guys, we never let them heal up. They've delivered their troops, so we might send them back up to our territory there and let them heal. We'll attack any units we see along the way. Yeah, these guys are just gonna go ahead and skip their turn for now. And then our merchants here, we already decided we weren't going to establish one there. It'd be better to go to Beijing. But I really want to get all the way over to here. I don't know if we'll be able to do that with all the enemy units that are around. Houston's a decent location too. What kind of a distance? How many towns does Beijing have? It doesn't have any. So they had a town and it was destroyed. I see. So the Chinese are losing towns. That's what's going on. That's what I was thinking, because I had all this empty territory here, which I know was not the case when the war started. We already have a fleet up in the north. So these guys are just going to go ahead and engage rebels over here while they wait for their explorers to finish their job on the islands. I say explorers, one of them is actually a hero. And these guys will continue their looting. It looks like the steam trawler here is what we want to attack next. Alright, so this army, we're going to let them heal one turn. And these guys, let me just see how this went. I assume not well. Yeah, the explorer's not going to do well against this unit. Yeah, his morale. Forced him to retreat. We did do a bit of damage to him, but if they attack us again, if we heal first, it might be enough. So yeah, let's do that. Though there are these other armies here that could end up destroying us. Maybe it'd be better to move down here. I know we wouldn't get the defensive bonus when they attack. But yeah, it might be the better option, because I think these armies here will likely attack us. Now they could decide to go after the city instead, or could attack that Chinese unit. Yeah, let's just go over here, guys. This is the goals to get to this location, so let's just start making our way over there. And maybe if we get attacked here, they'll push us back over here, and then we can actually integrate the merchant in the next turn, since that is the goal. So let's go and destroy this unit. It doesn't have much health left, so just one attack there will kill it. So we finally got that done. And then these guys here, let's just let them sit for another turn, heal up. We could attack and win, but yeah, we'd have to heal up anyways. And maybe they'll attack us. So do we want to wait for an escort here? Since there's 3 of them, we could take out this barbarian camp over here. Yeah, you know, let's go ahead and do that. We'll just have to hope we don't get attacked by anything. We might get attacked. But we do have the better Navy transports here. And they do have good movement. And their strength is pretty good when you compare it to just one of these units. It's just they can't attack. They should be able to defend themselves effectively, I think. And then we have this guy here, the Pioneer. You can also have them come pick him up. Or I guess you got this unit here. So that's what we'll do. We'll pick them up, use this army here to pick him up and move him somewhere. Just to set up an outpost. I guess you could get more cotton or more flax. There might be other locations within our empire where we might want to set up. We've already got 2 over there. It's kind of that one little open spot. Still waiting to get these under our control. The desert tiles take so long to add to your empire. So that's just kind of part of the problem there. Could add this here, but there's nothing really of use for an outpost. Unless you were to get a castle, then it would open up what you can construct. Maybe we should do that. We haven't really been getting castles. Yeah, maybe we'll just grab some random island. And I could also make sure that we hold islands like this. That would always be an option. Ones that we eventually want to build a town on. We just want to make sure nobody else gets them in the meantime. So we can't go and rush out the radio station. We're not going to get a chaos event anytime soon. So yeah, I think it's fine to spend this money to go ahead and get the ideology and the warfare experience. Just trying to increase the growth here for Rome because they desperately need more ideology. So let's go and get the command center. Remember, we can only have one of these. This will give us 5 ideology. Also gives you increased production efficiency. It's like 10% more production efficiency. And then a bunch of XP, government warfare. I think exploration was the other one. So is there anything else we need to do? I really want to do the drone strike on somebody. That's what we were waiting to do, but there's no good targets. Let me see how much warfare we're gaining per turn. 102, so this would stack up. So might as well use it then to drop a unit of some sort. So either a paratrooper, the special forces, or you could just use it to get the submachine gun as well. And we probably should drop them here in this territory. Yeah, that'd make the most sense. Can start kind of building up another army eventually. Or replace one of these units. We're going to drop the paratrooper because it's very limited where you can use this. Again, the paratroopers suck in this game. I really don't like them. Tactical insertion's awesome. The paratrooper's not great. Because you'll see, we can't drop them anywhere. The only place you can drop this is in unoccupied neutral territory. So yeah, it really sucks how limited these are. But if we look over them, they're not bad. Good against cav units. Their defense is, you know, good enough. Good movement. They're not a terrible unit. And it's the anti-cav, anti-armored unit. So they have 2 things they're good against, but yeah, the armored and cav are both mobile. And so basically that'd be like the equivalent of, well, the shock troopers. If you look at them compared to the shock troopers, they are better as far as like the defense, because it's 31 and 43 compared to 36 and 51. Now, we'll eventually get the 10 plus attack for the shock trooper, and thus they'll have higher attack than the paratrooper. Yeah, definitely better than this unit, even though it has the lower morale. It's got the higher movement to kind of make up for that. It's kind of almost more comparable to the special forces, though not quite as good. And so yeah, you could get rid of the shock trooper. The early machine guns, though, are incredibly outdated right now. Eventually, these would be pretty solid once we get their upgrade, but right now it makes more sense to go ahead and add the paratrooper to this army here. Yeah, we'll set them up to guard for now, but yeah, they have a bit more strength. One thing I haven't talked about yet is that there's an upcoming patch that is gonna drastically improve the game. There's a lot of great stuff coming in this patch. Remember, we won't have access to that in this Let's Play since we can't update our game at all. But yeah, some of the most requested things. Looks like something just got looted, by the way. That's what that sound was. But some of the most requested things have been added in this patch, including the ability to destroy vassal cities, as long as they're not the religious city, like a holy city for religion. It looks like we should be able to get that merchant established, by the way. We got the innovation event, mobilization. All forces of the economy will be focused towards the ongoing war effort. So this makes the machine shops give a +1 warfare experience, which I don't think we have any machine shops, but eventually we will. We'll just go and accept it. It's better than some money. That'll be helpful when we have those. So this guy, well, I'm thinking about, let's go ahead and move over to this island. Well, I remember what I was going to do with him. We're going to be attacking here with these explorers, and we'll have to do an additional attack. So yeah, the patch will allow you to destroy vassal cities. So essentially, once you conquer a city, they become your vassal, and thus you could then destroy them. So if the AI builds a city real close to you and you don't want it there, just go to war with them, conquer the city, and then destroy it. And so that's something I really wanted in the game, because the AI does that a lot. And I believe they have adjusted the AI so that they're going to do that less often. You know, put those cities right next to your borders, particularly when there's plenty of other places to go. They're supposed to be spreading their cities out more in general, since, as we've seen in this playthrough, they put their cities very, very close, which is just not very efficient. And so when you conquer them, then you get cities that aren't very good. And so I believe they made the AI want to spread their cities out more in general. Then also, you can now skip the combat. So basically, you know, rather than having to open it up and then press X to skip, you can have a setting so it just automatically skips it, and so you don't have to click on it. There's a couple different settings for that now, so that's helpful. It only takes a couple seconds to dismiss those, but when you consider all the battles you'll have in one campaign, that really adds up. over the course of a full game. You're going to be dismissing a lot of combat, so it'll save you quite a few minutes in the long run. So I'm glad they added that, because most people don't care about the combat. Once you've been playing a little bit, probably after your first campaign, you really don't care about the combat anymore. Another big change is with the domain experience. So they made it so that as these get more expensive, they'll never go past the 400, which is of course the max cap, which we're currently at now. And so you'll never get to the point where you can't do certain abilities anymore, which is really, really nice. Because yeah, like here with the claimed territory, eventually that becomes so expensive so you can't even do it anymore. I mean, you're already spending at the cap 400, that's pretty expensive. And so I don't know why they made it so you couldn't do it. Because yeah, once it went to 425, you had no ability to utilize it. Now that does mean that there's no longer a cap for how many cities you can have. So when we look at integrating these, we're at 285. After that, it gets too expensive. That's why we can only integrate one more. And then from that point on, you would never have enough government experience because of the cap in order to integrate a further city. But because there is no longer any powers that will go beyond your cap, that means you could continue to integrate cities and thus directly control as many as you'd like. And so that's another change. They rebalanced a lot of these too. So for instance, they did rebalance the cost for integrating cities, as well as how much they'll hurt you when it comes to culture. Since when they designed it, they built it with the idea that you would never have more than 8. And so they had to do a little bit of redesign there. They also changed just some of the powers here, particularly the warfare ones, like with the reinforcements and the forced march. So right now, you already have to pay the experience cost, the domain experience cost to make use of these. So they already have a cost, but then they also have a penalty. The reinforcements will take away the experience for the unit, so make them worse overall. Like, you know, over time, you won't be able to maintain the veterancy level of your troops if you continue to use the reinforcements. So they already have a cost to them, the warfare experience, and then they have a penalty. The forced march takes away the health of the unit, 10% of their health. So to speed them up, you gotta lose health and pay this cost, and it can be kind of expensive. And so I really didn't like that because you're marching quickly to the front, but then your unit's all injured and you need to heal them up. So how much time do you waste letting them heal? So it's still probably quicker. Yeah, it's just kind of a bummer because they get to the front and then they're injured. And then the reinforcements, it just makes your units, worse in general. And so it makes more sense to be patient, in my opinion, and just wait rather than to give up their veterancy level. Of course, if a unit is already going to be destroyed, then doing reinforcements helps because it's better to have the unit still alive than to, not want to give up its veterancy. And then they die, because then the veterancy is irrelevant. But yeah, they have removed both of those penalties. And so that's really nice. It makes them more usable, I think. I think we should be able to go and attack over here now. I don't see any reason why we'd lose this. Yeah, pretty easy battle here. Though we did take a lot of casualties here for our special forces. Oh yes, I wasn't meant to spend this before we did that battle, but it's fine. So we're not going to get either of these 2 special operations. I don't even know if we'd use this for the envoys. They just get destroyed anyways. And then, again, this one is not worth a culture power, I feel. I like the other stuff that it grants, but these ones are just not as good. And many of the national spirits are like that. They just have something that's just not very useful to you. So you know what we're going to do? Rather than spawn any units, since we have the full 400 now, we might get this. We'll wait to see if there's anybody we want to drone strike. So we'll go through our turn first. But yeah, we might do that to reduce the cost of our army. It'd save us a lot. We're already saving 141. But yeah, our army keeps getting more expensive as we build it up. Alright, so let's go and move into this territory now. And then these guys here, we're chasing down that unit. Is that what got raised? Yeah, probably. It's at least raised right now. And then where is that other army? They're inside the city. Alright, so we want to go after this location. They can't even reach there, though, in this turn. So let's just go ahead and have them attack this unit and get rid of them. There we go, beautiful. And then these guys will just go up to the edge of our territory here in preparation to attack that city next. And so is it just the 2 cities remaining? That's what it looks like. Yep, just 2 cities left. So this outpost here, I'm not entirely sure what will happen once the Aztecs are destroyed, because that would not... they'd not be able to keep that. That's not enough to keep them alive. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over here, and then we're going to escort this guy out of here. Maybe we should let this unit heal just a little bit first, since that's what our original plan was. I don't even know where we're going to bring that guy anyways. Alright, so there's a French city here. They took that from China. So you see China is definitely having some problems. They are struggling. Let me see if I can't get this merchant established here now. It looks like we should be able to. Excellent. And so now you just got to try and keep your explorer alive. So maybe move him over here, far away from that unit. Oh, that's a town, so can't go there. Oh, and that's a British location. Okay, so hopefully they don't attack us there. Alright, and then this guy, we'll just move him over here. And are these guys healed up enough? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go and do the attack now. We'll run down the hill. Get that guy destroyed. I don't know if we'll be able to do the attack yet on the settlement. The leader is still trying to heal up. The hero, I mean. So we didn't set this merchant up anywheres. I'm going to try and get over there. I don't know if we'll be able to. We'll have to go through here. It's definitely risky. So what we'll do is we'll just establish one of the merchants over here in Beijing. So at least if we lose this unit, it's just one merchant being lost. Because yeah, we could go up towards here, but yeah, that's also a risk of being destroyed. Well, it looks like they attacked us here. They might have raised one of our locations. Could drone strike this army now since they're in our own territory. Maybe I'll do that. Just because I really want to drone strike somebody. And I want to see if it gets more expensive. I think it does. I just want to confirm if it does or not. So let's go ahead and do this. Wow. That was incredibly effective. It does not get more expensive. I thought it did, but it's still 50. Well, that's incredibly powerful then. So not only did we destroy the unit, the leader, we almost destroyed the entire army there, which means that the capital attack will wipe them out. And they're done for now. There's another army over here. We could drone strike them as well, because they do have a leader. Since it doesn't get more expensive, why not? That is incredibly satisfying, guys. And then what we could do is just, you know what, let's just go and move the army, the whole army over there. And wipe them out. It's not a great army, but these guys are also weak. That one hit will kill them all. That's all it took. Alright, so with the planes, I guess we'll attack here again, but you can see it's just not very effective. Because they're healing up each time. Like if you attack the same unit over and over again, then maybe you can actually get it destroyed. But yeah, it's still a draw attacking here. I need to get rid of that army. What we'll do is let's go over here. I don't want to get stuck. I want to go right here. This is the best way to do it. And then attack without moving over there. Allow us to get this army wiped out and actually make use of our army here. It's a shame we can't drone strike in the city. Because good God, that drone strike is incredibly powerful, isn't it? Now we do need to spend more. So we could do another tactical insertion for additional special forces. Yeah, we could send more troops over here. And I could also do the volunteers. Let's do the tactical insertion. I suppose we'll do it into this army here, because these guys already have 2. And eventually we're going to build another army over here. Let's go start that process. Yeah, we got a few units here. So we'll give them the special forces. Could do the volunteers there. Remember, we're also going to need an army to invade into French territory. You know, I'm going to do the volunteers here. Because we'll be sending, you know, our troops over here from the Aztec territory. Because we'll be done there soon. Alright, so we did raid all their stuff over here. Well, looks like there's actually one more fishing fleet. We take that back, there's 2 more here. So continue to raise those. Might cause them some food issues. What we could do to get our troops over here quicker is to do the airlift. So that's what we will want to do. Once we're done with the Aztecs, of course. Alright, so these guys just looking for another barbarian ship here. Or even better, some French ships. So we'll attack these. This is another change that came with the patches. You can actually see what units are in the transports without having to like hover over it, as we have to do here. I'm not entirely sure what they changed exactly, but from my understanding, it's supposed to be easier now to see what's in there. So we can't get the coups, but we're gonna wait. There's a lot of other good stuff to get here. I think this one here, the draft, is just incredibly powerful. Spawning the shock trooper unit in every friendly region. Not like vastly increase the size of your military, but would cost you as well with the wealth. So another reason why we probably should invest in getting this. I keep spending all the points here. But it does let us make use of the cooldowns here, since these both have cooldowns. Alright, so Ravenna can force out the construction of this plane, which we want to do that. Well, Chaos is stepping up really quickly. I think you only need like 1400 something, but let's just make sure we always have it. And so we won't rush anything out. So I don't believe we need to get anything. Could of course get another artist. We'll just wait until we get this culture power and then use it at that point. Could also save up to get the community again. That would be an option. Another thing they rebalance in that patch is the unrest. They also give you an alert for when unrest is increasing or when it gets high or something like that. So just in general have made unrest better. Especially when it comes to what the player understands in that regard. So yeah, seems like just in general have made the game so much better. So that army moved out of that city. And so now we can take it. I don't know why they're doing that. Those explorers landed, and so we won't be able to get those destroyed. I guess because they felt like they needed to protect this one, because you got 2 armies there now. Yeah, this army is not even all that powerful. We're just going to go take this location now. Which is what I wanted to do this entire time anyway. So that's been seized. And they built another damn town over here. Another city. Why do they do that? Like, this is... You just completely surrounded this location. Again, the AI is just absolutely terrible with the use of their settlers. I think the thing is that it's so easy to buy more. You notice I haven't really been buying them. And then they set up cities everywhere rather than let the ones they already have grow. It's just kind of silly. Alright, so I was going to bomb these guys. Although... Is that the same army? Yeah, it is. He just healed so much. Okay. He's almost dead, though. But again, with only 1 plane, it's just not able to do much. What you'd probably want to do is have 2 bombers in this air wing to do a bit more damage. Because they don't have fighters. Normally you need to protect your bombers, but we don't really need to do that. Because they don't have any planes. And I guess these guys will just chill out here. Yeah, we'll just have them guard. Or skip their turn. Did they get more powerful? They got another unit here. Oh, damn. This is another thing that they're going to be changing with the transports, is that you can see the health of the unit that's inside. I'm not sure how they show it to you. Maybe it's on the icon over here. I don't know. But they said they made it easier to tell what unit's in the transport. But yeah, another issue is that you can't see the health of the units. We've ran into that quite a few times. Or that becomes a bit of a problem. Alright, so we're going to move in these armies down here. Making sure they stay in our territory so they can heal up, and because they couldn't attack the city anyways. So these 2 are going after this city. Well, these two are going after this city, and then that's the end of the Aztecs, guys. But we're able to do it this turn, it looks like. Yeah, because you got these hills here. And you don't want to get bombarded by the city, so you got to slowly move. Okay. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how you'd be able to attack it without going... Yeah, I'm not sure how you do it without being bombarded once. Since there's only one tile here. Could also attack from this direction. I guess we'll just move in closer here. Oh, they got an army there as well. Okay, so you absolutely have to. Okay, yeah. Let's go over here. Yeah, you have to have more than one army attack. There's no chance of success otherwise. Can't drone strike them since they're in the city. And then this explorer just needs to heal up. But this is not the best location to heal. That guy's like chasing us. Yeah, we might just have to let him heal here. There's nowhere else to go. And if we move him, he won't heal at all. Alright, so we're gonna let them heal a turn. Just kind of healing units up. Alright, so they did move over here, and so we can't go after them. Looks like that barbarian attacked us as well, and got destroyed for his efforts. There's another one over here that just spawned, so we'll go after that. Let's go ahead and raid this. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just store these transport ships. Or at least push them back. They'll probably just go back onto land, unfortunately. And then this guy, just go back to his location. Not much to do with him besides, you know, get rid of him. So we're gonna let these units heal one more turn. And then the merchant's being chased by some French units. So we're gonna try and get out of here. Have to go through this way and get over to probably this location, but this one would work as well. Better than them getting destroyed. And while they heal, we can go and put the Pioneer out there. We did get another unit. We're just going to have them skip the turn because it's just a fighter. And Ravenna, we're going to go ahead and have them... No, we did just get... Oh, and actually we have one more turn. Then we'll get the tech then. They don't need the sanitation yet. So now we'll go ahead and get ourselves a propeller bomber. Can rush something else. So we have a couple things that are only one turn away. So let's just take a look at the cost of these. This one's really cheap for the radio station, so we'll get that. We're going to be getting like stupid amounts of warfare experience every turn. It's just really powerful for us. Since we have so many uses for that now, you can get even more warfare experience. So this is in Constantinople. I don't really think we need the treasury. They do need foods. I guess we'll get the grocery store. Since I do have a lack of tiles here now. There's not a lot of tiles still remaining. And then they have the lack of population to work those tiles. It's another thing to consider. Alright, so we have the culture power. And you know what? I kind of feel like we should do the cutting edge since we did just get the Eureka event. Or the innovation event. I said Eureka event. I think another game's here. And let's go ahead and rush out this building for Kyoto. Get them some more power. And then we should probably work on ideology next. So yeah, we'll do the radio station. And then do we want to rush this out for Gaul? Yes, I think we do. So even more ideology and warfare experience. They do need food. Remember, they have plenty of population. So I constructed a few things here. I got rid of the forest there and got them a winery because they actually needed they needed more luxury points, and this gets culture too. And they have all this stuff. They have the grapes, and I think they might also have rice that they're probably getting. Oh, maybe not. Not seeing it here. I was thinking they had rice as well, but yeah, they have the grapes available, so we're turning all that into wine. But the problem here is the lack of tiles to build in. So I went ahead and just got the logging camps here. You know, I'd want to get rid of some more of these forests to get more flat land. Feels like you gotta make use of these tiles, because it's just the engineering experience is too slow, and that's one of the things they've adjusted in that patch that we won't have access to. So one of the problems with the metal line, you know, where you take iron and refine it, it's supposed to be the best line in the game, but because it doesn't give engineering experience for many of its buildings, people prefer the line that for the quarry. That quarry line for the stone or whatever you end up getting with it, you know, with the marble or the limestone. Because that one does have buildings that will grant, or improvements and stuff that will grant engineering XP. And so they changed it so that this line here will generate more engineering experience. And so that's really good, because it's supposed to be the best line. So let's go and expand the town here in Ravenna. Just gonna focus on our key cities first. Getting their towns up to level 4 and get some more production as well. I know Ravenna has a stupid amount of production at 215, but it does let them get all the stuff that they're building, like the units faster, kind of. When you consider like the rollover, it's still going to take 2 turns to get it. Maybe the next unit eventually will just take 1 turn though, when you get enough, like when it's rolling over, you know, enough. So I want to say we need to get the artist still. So let's go ahead and do that. I guess we just have them come here. And then they'll give us another culture power. Don't really have to create any additional towns. I mean, could, but there's not really any requirement to do so. So I think what we're going to do is the local reforms again, because that has expired here in Rome. Really trying to focus on getting that production up here, so I can get through all their stuff and start working on units again, because I want to build more armies. Alright, so I think we're good to go for the turn. I mean, we do have warfare experience, so could spend that. But I think we're going to go ahead and let it save up, so we can try and reduce the cost of our military a bit, because we're at 613 currently. That just keeps getting more and more expensive, especially as I'm spawning those units, building units in Ravenna. It's having its cost. I know we earn a lot of money per turn, but we also use that. We use it to rush out buildings and stuff. And also to pay for all of our chaos events. Oh wow, look at that. They got 2 armies going after the city we took from them. They really do not want to let us keep that. Understandable. But now they're going to pay for that, because they are not protecting their armies in the city. And so that's going to cost them. Alright, as far as where we can move this outpost to, I almost want to set up right here. I think we will. I don't know if we can protect that. We'll have to spawn units to protect it, I think. Well, let's go ahead and do that. And hopefully he doesn't die. So what we want to do, I know we said we were going to get this, but I feel like you have to do the tactical insertion so this guy doesn't die. You can even do one more. But I don't really like the idea of having a bunch of special forces here protecting this location. Because you have the caravan guards as well. And once you have that, you can do the volunteers. And we can also drop a paratrooper next turn, so hopefully it's okay. And I guess we can go ahead and start raiding their stuff here. So continue to just cost the Egyptians and their food. Just make the war as costly as possible for them. I'm going to do this attack. Hopefully the hero doesn't die. They don't have a lot of units in these. It's really the walls that result in it taking 2 turns. And we actually were able to finish that. Alright, excellent. So wealth or improvement stacked up, so wealth is really the only choice. Obviously not that helpful, but we wanted to take that out, and it's also getting us more warfare experience, which is great. Alright, so this merchant, we're going to see if he can make it. It's quite risky. There could be enemy units anywhere. So these guys still waiting on their bomber units. And now over here, do we want to go ahead and do the drone strike to take out one of these armies? I mean, they're not really a threat to us, honestly. Especially when you consider the fact that we can do the capital attack here. And we have this whole army here. And so they're really not actually a problem. And I'm trying to save up my points. You know what? We're not going to drone strike them. Let's just attack them with this army. And stay in the city. Because yeah, they're not very strong. There's no reason not to just attack them that way. Just continuing to wipe their armies out. Currently at 125% towards the faction victory. Oh, we have the warfare experience, by the way. I should have spent that. So yeah, this will help us. We won't be able to see the reduction this turn, but next turn we'll be able to see what that goes up to. Currently we're already saving 150 though. Almost lost that explorer there, so let's go ahead and spend the exploration XP. Just been saving up to claim territory. We also have the unit here in Salvador, which I forgot about. So we go and attack right here. And I wonder if they could win against that city now that there's no defenders there. They're not a great army, but they might be able to do it. So yeah, we bombarded them. You see that we did not get warfare experience from using the bomber. Can they win here? It would be a draw. They're just not strong enough. Okay, so we'll wait then. We want to make sure that we get a victory there so they don't get bombarded. It's just not a strong unit here. We need to spawn something else, but we don't have any warfare experience. But maybe at the end of this turn we'll have a bit more, since we got all these attacks we can do now. Yeah, this is going to be a problem here. You might have to have like 3 armies to do this attack here. Yeah, that could be a real possibility that you'll need all 3. Let's go and take this city first because it's just going to be easier. Or it should be. We don't know if there's anybody there. There is somebody there. Interesting. Okay. So we probably want to use... See how we want to do this. Yeah, because you can only attack from one direction here as well. So we'll just have to focus our attacks here. So we'll wipe out... See who needs some of the experience more. They're all fully experienced units, aren't they? Yes, they are. Okay, so it doesn't really matter which one does the attack. Guess you'd use the weakest one. Wipe that knight out. And then yeah, we'll just attack your next turn. Might be difficult to do. Yeah, we'll see. You got 4 armies though, so they should be able to get it done. Seems like overkill, honestly. Oh yes, I did forget. This guy's coming over here. Get that guy wiped out. Or try to anyway. We pushed him over to here. I'm surprised they didn't try and land. They got a knight and a mounted rifle there. They should have tried to land. They'll probably land in the next one. Just to irritate me. So I can't get to them. Rome finished up their construction. I guess we'll take a look, see what all we got with this research. So that's the anti-air infantry, the anti-tank infantry. So they get the bonus against the armored units, while they get the bonus against the aircraft. Also got the surface-to-air missiles. So this increases the capital attack and provides the defensive unit surface-to-air missiles. So they'll defend the city against aircraft that attacks it. And then most importantly, we have the space center. And so that's probably what we're going to want to get in Rome. Alright, so I believe we should go back and get an older tech. There are a few things that we do need here. Could get the innovation, the container yard. I feel like the steel is what we should get. The cigar factory would be great. Textile factories, helpful as well. Paper factory. Paper is one of our issues. We don't produce enough of it. But I want to get the rare earth mines. We have so many locations we could build those. And so that's why we're going to get this first. This also gives us the battleships and the early tanks. So let's go and get the steel. Another thing the patch changes. So I've talked about how the unique units, one of their weaknesses... I don't think we have any armies around here to wipe those out. But one of the weaknesses of the unique units is that they can't upgrade to other units. Well, they changed that. Many of the unique units now are put into the upgrade line, so they actually will upgrade to something. And so that's great. Let's go and get the space center. It's going to take us 4 turns to get that constructed. So might want to save our wealth to rush it out and get it done a little bit quicker. Getting the propeller bomber would also be nice, though. Rushing that out. This is only 401. You know, I'm not going to save my money, guys. Let's get the propeller bomber. That money just be burning a hole in my pocket, guys. See, I could get another propeller bomber, but we're about to start attacking with the full force of our army, so it makes sense to go ahead and finish building out these troops here. Let me see what we currently have for this army. They actually have some upgrades you can get that we haven't done yet. Let's go ahead and spend the warfare experience on that. So we have the shock trooper, the field howitzer, and the early machine guns currently. Okay. I'm not too worried about air units right now. This is helpful against tanks. It's a 3x modifier for attack, but honestly the 2x modifier that you get with the higher attack of the shock troopers, what they'll eventually have. And then there's the special forces, which I think also get the combat modifier against armored units. Those are really better, I feel, than the anti-tank infantry. I mean, you're getting 90 here with the 3x modifier. But once this goes up to 10, then it'll be sitting at 41, and so it'd be getting an 82 attack against armored units. So obviously less, but overall it's a better unit because you've got, much higher attack. And so I think this is the better option. Plus they get the attack modifier against cav, which many of our enemies are still using cav units. And so I feel like the shock trooper and the special forces is better options compared to the anti-tank. But I don't know that we should actually get any shock troopers, since we're going to have like an abundance of them once we take this culture power here to spawn a shock trooper in every friendly region. We still haven't gotten the 10 plus attack yet. You know what? I feel like we should go ahead and get this. Yeah, I get this now, so we can do it. Let me just see. When will we get the culture power? It'll be in 3 turns. And we earn 28 per turn, so if we want to be able to use that for the next culture power, then we need to get it now. So let's go ahead and get it now. And then next time we get a culture power, we'll go ahead and spawn shock troopers everywhere. And so we don't need to construct any shock troopers. And I didn't even think about the paratrooper, because they get the 2x modifier against the armored units too, and they have the higher overall attack right now. Again, it won't be as high as the shock trooper once they get the 10 plus, but as of right now, it's higher. And so yeah, it just feels like getting other units that you can use that aren't such specialists, that you can use against everybody, is a better option. So we could go and do the paratrooper. Again, the paratrooper though will be outclassed by the shock troopers once we get that bonus for them. They do have the higher defense though, so that's something to consider. And the higher movement as well. Submachine guns already feel kind of outclassed. I know they have the 2.5x modifier against the line units, but we can spawn those. I guess there's not really anything to get since we don't have access to the tanks yet. So let's get the propeller bombers. We can always just use more planes. Yeah, with us getting all those shock troopers here in a couple turns, I think it makes sense to just go ahead and wait, because these armies will be stacked. We'll have so many units all over the map. We're gonna have an abundance of units. So could rush out that radio station. I don't think we're going to. We'll just do the one here in Iberia because it's cheaper. The government bunker also is just more useful in general. So we'll rush that out. And do they need power? They do. So we'll get the central power here. It's going to take 9 turns to construct that, so quite a long time. Really don't need anything here. Could integrate a vassal. Don't really need more merchants or envoys. There's just nothing we need here. So I think we'll just get the tolerance, even if it's not much wealth. It's better than nothing. So I believe we can go and end our turn again. Oh, I saw something going on in one of the cities. Let me take a look at that. Maybe it's the Iberia. I don't think so, though. Yeah, I saw some type of modifier there. Hopefully it's not unrest. Oh, wow, they attacked that unit there. Oh, they got some armies. Look at all these armies they got. Because we keep wiping them out, but they just keep throwing them at us. Now, they're probably getting a lot of warfare experience from these battles. Every battle we're doing, they get the warfare experience too. They didn't attack us over here. I didn't think they'd be able to. All their armies are moving towards our front. And so we want to set up the outpost right here. We could do another tactical insertion, but we're going to do the paratrooper. There we go, beautiful. So just make them a little bit more powerful and less prone to being destroyed. And we'll need to protect the outpost once we have it established. Let's go ahead and get the tolerance here. So we're currently at 8 of 10. There's one victory that requires you to get the social fabrics. I don't know if you gotta get all of them or most of them. Maybe a certain number up to 10, but yeah, we would do really good at that victory type. So yeah, they attacked us here and took some damage, particularly the special forces because they're the one line unit. So they took the brunt of it. So this army here, we could go and help, but I feel like we might just do drone strikes. Can we only do it in our own territory? Is that what it is, rather than the cities? Like I said, when I did the special operations before, I didn't get to use the powers that much because I wasn't really focused on warfare in that end campaign. I didn't know that's how it was going to go down. I thought I was going to, but I ended up focusing on other things, so I didn't get to fight that much. I did a little bit of warfare with China, actually. It was China that I was at war with in that playthrough. And so I didn't get enough experience with these. Yeah, clearly you can't use it in their territories. So that's what was stopping us, not the city. Okay. Because yeah, the only time we're able to use it is when they're in our territory. Alright, so in that case it makes sense to let them come after us. Or maybe come over here on the hill and defend, or just go into the city. You could do that as well. And then we could bomb them. Not stopped from doing that. So let's go ahead and bomb them here. Maybe we'll be able to destroy one of the units here. Yeah, we destroyed the leader. Okay, well that does mean that the drone strike won't be as effective now. Now we'll just go into the city, let them come after us. Because these guys, I think we're going to go ahead and go after this just to get it dealt with. Because we could do it in this turn. And so I'd like to get it finished up, so we can move elsewhere. Hopefully they don't have the movement points to come back and take this from us. We'll just have to see, because it's not going to be well defended. And yeah, there's nothing else I can really do, since I can't drone strike them. Okay. So now we're going to go after this city here, and just see how well it goes. So we'll want to attack with our strongest army first. Can you go like this way into here? I don't know if that will let you. I'm actually going to try to see if you could attack. Yeah, if you go on the hill, you can attack. Alright, excellent. So these guys would attack from here. They're our strongest unit as far as actual combat power. These guys need experience, but they might be stronger after they get some experience. Yeah, we'll do this attack here. So they actually have a settler. So that's one of the units that we saw there. But this is a pretty big battle here. So we'll see how we do. Those walls are outdated, and so you can easily destroy them and get rid of them. Yeah, they're really messing our special forces up over here. This is going to be a long battle, by the way. Yeah, they might kill the special forces. It looks like the morale would be reduced first, and so they would flee. But that doesn't stop them from actually attacking them. So they could end up still destroying them, which would be a shame. I'll have to see what happens there. We knew we were going to have at least one rough battle here, though. Trying to get these guys taken out. Yeah, I think we should get them so reduced that maybe one more attack will do the trick. But this army is going to be greatly reduced in power. So far we haven't lost any units. They fled from battle. They're about to flee. So that's our 2 line units gone. Although the leader is also a line unit. So they'll attack. They'll focus their attack on the leader now. And then these guys will be exposed. But it looks like that's it. Okay. We did pretty good, honestly, considering. Let's go and attack here with this army, just because it's our best. Could attack with one of those guys. But if they're full health, we don't need them. Which, I'm not going to watch the whole thing, because this should go much better. Yeah, we won. Kill a lot of population there. Go ahead and bombard them, and it's just the settler now. Okay, so we'll go and take out that settler just so they can't establish any other settlements. I don't know where they would. I don't think there's any neutral territory anywhere. Well, let me take that back. I think this is all neutral territory here. So I suppose this army can start making their way towards the other continent. So what's the best way to go? Could go across here. Then you're landing over there. I prefer to land in my own territory and attack from that direction. So you know what? Let's have them... So we want to go over here, I think. Yeah. I guess we can go ahead and make use of these guys since we're over here. And they have finished up here, so we need to let them heal. And so this fleet, I don't know if there's any more. I want to take that back. I was going to say there's no barbarians to take out, but there's a French fleet here we can try and destroy. They're sending some explorers out there. Okay. So they're like just now exploring stuff. So it looks like they did get that unit out of here. I didn't see them here, so I don't know if they landed them or if they moved this way. Still in the sea, but we'll go ahead and raise that. Understand, because we almost had them destroyed. So these guys will go over here. What's the best way to go? I don't know if you should go. We can try and go. It's only 3 turns. That's not that bad. I suppose we'll do it that way. Alright, so these guys have landed. Still going to wipe out this army here, so let's go ahead and do that. See if the explorers can get it done. We were able to. Excellent. And so we can attack the barbarian camp next. And then here's our little old merchant trying to survive to get to one of these 2 locations. Ravenna has another air wing done, which I guess we'll want to move to Egypt somewhere. The Egyptian front, just because we're not really fighting anywhere else. And with the planes, you do want to have them... I guess we'll move over here. Work with your army. You've seen they just can't really do much on their own. Even if you have 2 bombers here. They're only so effective. Alright, so with the Naples, we've got the radio station constructed. Let's go and upgrade the military base here. Shouldn't take too long, just a couple turns there. 3 turns. Gotta be careful rushing anything out, because we do have a chaos event that's going to be happening in the next turn. We'll bombard these guys again. If they just sit there, then we'll be able to get them destroyed with just the bombardment. So I wanted to see what this was about here. It's just a siege. Okay, that's what I thought. I was a little worried about unrest, so I wanted to confirm that was not what the issue was. So I guess we'll do one more turn here, guys. Just trying to make some progress. Currently on 126% towards victory. So not bad, considering the fact that we've been focusing almost exclusively on the Aztecs. And they were definitely not the most powerful of our enemies. They're not the weakest, because the British and the French, I think, are weaker than the Aztecs. So they should be a little easier. That barbarian just suicided himself there. Alright, so there's the chaos event. It's party split. Trying to see what the effect here is. A splinter faction within Rome has formed a new political party to promote their own version of Rome. While their hearts are in the right place, their actions will make Rome faction look weak. So we can't actually see what happens if you accept. That's interesting. But it affects the faction. I'm not entirely sure how, since it doesn't tell us. Alright, so let's go ahead and build the outpost here. And then we'll go ahead and get the trade factory on all these locations. And then what we want to do is take a look at which location needs either luxury or power. You know, we should probably take a look actually where it's currently sending its resources to first, which is Iberia. Okay. Iberia doesn't need power. Even though they have all that oil, we don't have access to it yet. And so that's satisfying their power need for right now, which they're about to get the central power. We'll just see if there's anywhere else that needs power. No. So we'll keep them in Iberia, but eventually we want to change that up. But for now, that works. So we'll have these guys continue to raid these Egyptian ships. And then this army here is just going to defend the location. We will want to do the volunteers to get this machine gun here. Some nice mixed force of troops to protect the location from any attacks. Alright, so they have these two armies here, and they are in our territory, meaning that we can drone strike them. And that's what we're going to do. It's so ridiculous. Wow. Alright, so that means that with the cavalry attack, that army's destroyed. You can send this army to wipe out these troops here. It's not going to be too difficult. And then you still got the ability to bomb. I'm not seeing any units to bomb. Maybe once we move this army into their territory. So we'll go up along the road here. Nope. It's wide open. Alright, so they made a critical mistake by going in our territory there. That drone strike is insanely powerful. So I guess that's the reason why they limit to your own territory, just because of how powerful it is. Alright, so we've taken over this city, so now we have to go after this one here. They have an artist there, producing art. You know what, this guy actually needs to heal, so let me leave him there. Let's do it back there. Yeah, both of these guys could use healing. They have the army here though, so we can go and start moving into their territory. Because we're going to need all three. I mean, you don't need all three, but we're going to use all three. Maybe it would have been quicker to go this way, by the way, with that unit. I don't know, because if you want them over here, yeah, you gotta go across the whole continent. It's probably not quicker doing that way. Going by sea. Plus, you would have been at risk. So, yeah, probably not the best way to do that. But yeah, we'll use these 3 units to take out this city here. I don't know if 3 will be necessary, but we've seen that 2 were good enough for the other location that had the army defending it. So, yeah, maybe 2 is fine. We'll keep them there just in case. And they put more troops out at sea. Okay, we'll go and attack them then. Probably won't be able to get them destroyed though, they'll just run. Alright, so this army continuing to move. And then our explorer here did get attacked. Could keep healing him up, but he's retreating, so all it takes is multiple units to attack and then they destroy him. You gotta be in neutral territory anyways. Another thing to do is just go into neutral territory and then evacuate them. Using the regroup. So we'll do that. Says he went to an outpost. I assume it's this one over here. Yeah. So he's over here. Nice and safe. Alright, so we're gonna attack the barbarian camp. And we'll take the knowledge. It's only $25, so not a lot when we produce 187 per turn. And let's just have her guard. So we'll see if establishing here is the best option. Oh, moving there, end of the turn. Okay. Could go and establish there, or we try and make our way over to here. Let me see if they would be able to even do that. I mean, I think that's the better location. They have a lot more population. I think we're going to try. And this is the bomber. We're going to wait to get one more bomber here constructed, which will do that. As soon as we get all these units moving. Could just attack that guy, because there's not really anything to attack now. Because we wiped out there. Yeah, I was going to attack the pioneer. I assume that would destroy him, right? Nope. So you can't destroy these type of units. Okay. You can attack the city here. So I guess we'll want to do that. And destroy the units that are located. Should have done that with the other one. So we have a culture power available. We're going to wait to do that. Let's go ahead and get another propeller bomber. Constructing here. See if there's anything I want to rush out. Here in Gaul, 161 to get the grocery store. Why not? And then probably want to get stuff for... We could get surface-to-air missiles. But probably stuff for warfare experience. And to be able to build the units. Well, luxury would be helpful. Yeah, you know what, let's go and get the perfume shop real quick because, you know, it gives you wealth and luxury. So we'll get that. And then after that, we'll work on warfare experience stuff unless we finish up a tech that gives us stuff that we want to get. Alright, so with the culture power, we know what we're doing. we're doing the draft. And so this is going to spawn 2 shock troopers at each region in Rome and 1 shock trooper in every friendly region. And so that should result in a ton of troops. And I'll probably have to move these off camera. Because like there's like a lot of units now that we're going to have access to. Could move these into, we haven't even upgraded all these units yet. See if there's anybody upgrade here. There's not. So they already have 1 shock trooper. Put another one in there. And this guy into this army. But yeah, we're going to have a crap ton of units that I need to move around. And so I'll probably do that off camera, guys. Because yeah, it's just going to take a while to get all these guys like moving towards the front, which is on another continent. I would prefer to put them all together so they can protect each other. You know, in the seas. And yeah, this is definitely going to cost us a lot, as you can see here. 1304 from the unit upkeep now. We're not earning anywhere near as much money as we were. And so it would be really helpful to get this now, because this is very costly, all these units we just spawned. It's 2 in every single one of our regions, guys, including the vassals. So basically it's just going to be like armies of shock troopers that we're going to have. Like just full armies of shock troopers. And we'll just kind of send them into enemy territory to do what they do, you know. We also need to spend the warfare experience. So could expand a town. Ravenna hasn't done the farmland town, and they do need food, so I guess that's what we'll do here. Let me see if Rome needs food. They do not. I think they're doing pretty good when it comes to food. So yeah, we'll expand the town here, since that's our farming town. Get a little bit of food and trying to ensure that need satisfaction goes up. Their ideology is so low here, but there's not really anything we could do about that. I don't think we have any, let me just take a look here. I want to say we don't have any construction yet, improvements yet, I mean, that we can build that gives us ideology. Eventually we will, but as of right now, I don't think we have any. And so very limited in our ability to produce ideology. So we might want to get, with our next tech, some type of improvement there. Since, yeah, this is hitting us kind of hard in Ravenna. It's not as bad in Rome because they got some of those special capital buildings that are producing ideology. Now, this is going to be a problem in many of our cities. We just can't produce enough ideology. So I'll take a look at the tech screen and see what we want to get there. But yeah, I'll get all these units moving so that we can, we have this army here. They can join with those guys. Same with them. Yeah, so we can get these armies over to our enemy's territory. Start conquering their stuff. So we're investing in them, spending a lot of money on them. So we want to make sure we're actually making use of them. Some of these you could have stay in the cities to defend them, but I just don't expect to see enemies landing on our shores. They're going to have enough trouble as it is defending their own territory. You can see that the French have lost cities here. This must be where the Chinese army is invading. So they gained a city from China, but lost 2 here. Well, they also lost that one, so that's the 3rd one. So China's making some progress. We're currently at 134% towards victory because of all those units we just spawned. So getting ever closer to winning here. Alright guys, I hope you did enjoy today's episode. On the next one, it's going to be moving a lot of units to the other continent. It's going to take us a little while to get that done. And so that's what we'll be focusing on as we also continue to advance anywhere where we do currently have troops. So I do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.